Whoever came up with this title, give this guy a freaking raise. Tell me how this is not awesome. Astronaut. Astronaut. Conspiracy theories swirl about Katy Perry's fake Blue Origin space mission. Just show the legendary landing real quick, Rob. This is such a beautiful moment. This may be greater than us landing. Look at this. Look at the way it lands to the ground. None of them break their backs. Look at this. Watch for it. Wow.
Southwest Airlines lands just like this.
The freaking music is awesome, right? Gladiator type.
Oh,
Boom. Look at that.
My back would have been shattered.
You see it? How sick is that, right?
Oh.
Just like motivating.
I'm going to tell you something right now. You are officially an astronaut.
Thank you so much.
How do you feel?
I feel super connected to love.
Katy Perry's space trip disaster. How the Simpsons are about to make it even worse. You won't believe how one space trip turned Katy Perry from a pop icon into a full-blown meme overnight. And it's about to get even worse. The chaos swirling around her Blue Origin flight isn't just a media storm anymore. Behind the scenes, something much bigger is brewing. And it all starts with an animated yellow family known for tearing celebrities apart. Stick around, because the behind-the-scenes drama is crazier than you could ever imagine.
I'm going to tell you something right now. You are officially an astronaut.
Bro.
Stop the cap.
Stupid.
Let me tell you right now, Katy, you're officially an astronaut. Oh, I guess I'm a freaking brain surgeon then. I couldn't believe. Wow, I can't believe she even said. How do you even format your lips to say something so stupid?
Stupid.
Katy Perry's journey with Blue Origin was supposed to be a monumental step. A pop star leaping into the history books, soaring among the stars. The mission, funded by Jeff Bezos' Blue Origin, was branded as a historic leap forward for celebrity space travel, a symbol of progress and inspiration for generations to come. Katy herself described the journey as life-altering before even stepping onto the rocket. Publicists promoted it as a turning point, not just for space tourism, but for cultural history. Instead, it crashed hard into viral memes, relentless mockery, and public disbelief. Internet users almost instantly turned Katy's journey of love and unity into a meme fest. Images of her kissing the ground dramatically, tearfully clutching a daisy, and giving heartfelt interviews were shared, captioned, and remixed across every platform imaginable. The FAA poured salt into the wound by clarifying that Katy and her crewmates weren't even technically astronauts, leaving the entire historic mission branding hanging by a thread.
However, there's been some critics saying some stuff in it.
Really?
Rob, I don't know if you have any of the critic stuff or not. Do you have any of the stuff on how they open a door first and then they have to reopen the door and they have to say, go back in there, and then Jeff Bezos falls. Poor guy's tripping. He's having a hard time.
Instead of being seen as a pioneer, Katy looked more like a tourist desperate for validation. And just when you thought things couldn't spiral any further, insiders revealed that the Simpsons writers have been secretly cooking up one of their most brutal parodies yet, aimed squarely at Katy's cosmic misadventure. Early drafts depict a cartoon Katy flailing helplessly in zero gravity, sobbing during exaggerated press conferences, and panicking over simple tasks in space. Even more savage, they're pulling directly from her real viral interviews and post-flight speeches, turning her most emotional moments into punchlines. Some sketches reportedly show her floating through space, dramatically crying about feeling connected to the stars, while Mission Control watches in confusion. When Katy caught wind of the writer's brutal plan, her team went into immediate damage control, furious calls, urgent emails, legal threats. They labeled the parody a targeted character assassination and demanded that Fox scrap or heavily alter the episode. Her lawyers emphasized the emotional distress such a depiction could cause, claiming it would not only damage Katy's reputation, but also undermine the broader message of space travel empowerment. But their outrage only poured gasoline on the fire. Insiders say the leak has supercharged the Simpsons team, turning what was already a harsh roast into a full-blown cultural takedown.
Which one is this, Rob? Tell us.
This is the door being opened from the inside.
Watch this.
What's going to come out of
They're not supposed to open the door yet.
her
Look, they're like, close the door!
No,
not yet.
Jeff Bezos out there right by the capsule? Kind of hard to see. That is
I have to
correct.
pee.
That is Jeff Bezos, our founder.
He has to step up with the official doohickey thing.
Behind closed doors, writers joked that Katy's attempts to block the episode only made the storyline better, with one source calling it the gift that keeps on giving. Concept art has already leaked, showing a tearful animated Katy clutching a daisy, floating aimlessly as Bart and Lisa look on, bewildered. Other scenes reportedly exaggerate her emotional Instagram lives, her profound reflections about love and unity in space, and her dramatic public interviews after returning to Earth. The satirical takes are said to be so savage that insiders predict the episode could rank among the harshest celebrity takedowns in Simpsons history, right up there with their infamous roasts of Lady Gaga and Kim Kardashian.
Flynn, I gotcha. Oh, the moon! You guys, I will have to tell you, look at the moon.
Doing a whole bunch of nothing.
For us watching her
Look, I brought my little butterfly.
But Katy isn't backing down. Sources reveal she's planning a counterattack, a truth-telling documentary chronicling her space journey. The project promises emotional behind-the-scenes footage, exclusive interviews, and a portrayal of her trip as a genuine spiritual awakening. Her goal? To reclaim her narrative before the satire locks it permanently. In private meetings, Katy's PR team reportedly discussed an aggressive rollout strategy, releasing exclusive emotional trailers, doing intimate sit-down interviews with trusted journalists, and launching a social media campaign #MyTrueJourney. Critics, however, warn that pushing too hard could make her look even more desperate, deepening the public perception that she's hopelessly out of touch. The harder she tries to force authenticity, one insider said, the faker it looks.
Rob, what else you got? Because there's a bunch of them.
I have Gayle King claiming that it was sexist. The way
Go ahead
media
and play
covered
this
it.
clip. Go ahead, Rob.
I don't like that people are calling it a ride. A ride, you know, you never see a male astronaut who's going up in space and they said, oh, he took a ride. We actually duplicated the route that Alan Shepard did. That's why it's called, this particular capsule is called the New Shepard. We duplicated that route. No one said he took that ride. Yeah. It's always referred to as a flight or a journey. So I feel that that's a little disrespectful to what the mission was and what the work that Blue Origin does.
They went on a
space
mission.
technology
Fun.
mission.
Meanwhile, behind closed doors at Blue Origin, Jeff Bezos is reportedly regretting the entire Katy Perry space saga. What should have been a soaring triumph for commercial spaceflight has become a meme-fueled embarrassment. At a private event in Los Angeles, Bezos reportedly quipped to a small group of friends, "Next time, I'm sending Snoop Dogg. At least he'll make it look cool." The original mission, meant to inspire millions, has instead been buried under an avalanche of viral jokes and backlash. Instead of igniting public fascination with space exploration, the Katy Perry flight became another billionaire vanity project. Mocked across late-night shows, podcasts, and social media feeds, public figures like Joe Rogan and Tim Dillon openly ridiculed the notion that an 11-minute joyride could be marketed as a life-changing cosmic odyssey. On a viral episode of Rogan's podcast, the hosts laughed hysterically at clips of Katy's emotional speeches, joking that it was like someone took a Disneyland ride way too seriously. Katy's symbolic daisy, once intended as a badge of resilience, was remixed endlessly into memes, now a symbol of performative privilege rather than authentic achievement.
The worst part is when
There's people starving in other countries and we're clapping and cheering. Bro, this is wild. And then Katy Perry steps out, starts kissing the ground. Bro, the stories write themselves. Like, we are living in a Black Mirror episode. Like, what is this, bro? Yeah.
The FAA's clarification that Katy wasn't technically an astronaut added even more fuel to the fire. One viral tweet summarized the sentiment perfectly. Imagine buying a rocket ticket, floating for 11 minutes, crying on live TV, and still not even getting to call yourself an astronaut. As public sentiment turned increasingly brutal, Katy's camp began floating even more desperate ideas behind the scenes. Possible partnerships with educational nonprofits to reframe her space journey, orchestrated collaborations with respected astronauts, and even a charity campaign tied to space exploration funding. But every move seemed to backfire, seen as transparent and overly calculated. Meanwhile, The Simpsons writers continued sharpening their knives. Reports suggest that early episodes feature animated Katy hosting tearful, nonsensical press conferences where she clutches her daisy, delivers emotional monologues about universal love, and then accidentally floats out of the spaceship's open door while cameras flash. The script reportedly even includes a savage bit where Homer Simpson sighs and mutters, "Even I wouldn't cry that much over a free trip."
This woman went to space for like 4 minutes. What is she kissing the ground for, bro? Pointing up at the sky.
Katy! Woo!
And to the guy, woo, Katy, yeah. Dumb, bro.
Now, Katy faces a brutal choice. Some advisors urge her to laugh it off, show she's a good sport, take the hits on the chin, and allow public sympathy to slowly drift back her way. Others push for all-out war, lawsuits, aggressive PR, and a full media counteroffensive. The split in her team has only deepened the sense of panic. Social media fan communities are equally divided. Some defend Katy, arguing she's a victim of Hollywood's ruthless satire machine. Others say she's reaping what she sowed, trying to rebrand a billionaire-funded photo shoot as a profound cosmic awakening, only to have the internet smell blood. One thing is certain, Katy Perry's attempt to immortalize her Blue Origin mission as a historic journey is dangerously close to becoming a historic joke instead. The harder she tries to script her narrative, the more the public clings to the satire. The Simpsons are coming, and they're bringing the full force of pop culture mockery with them. If the episode airs as planned, Katy's Blue Origin saga might go down as one of the most epic celebrity PR crash landings in modern history. Not the triumphant launch to the stars she imagined, but a cautionary tale about how sincerity, once lost, is almost impossible to reclaim in the internet age. As we wait to see if Katy's legal threats can stop The Simpsons from airing their savage takedown, one thing's for sure. In the meme era, trying to fight public perception is like trying to stop a rocket mid-flight. Almost impossible. So what do you think? Is Katy Perry being unfairly roasted, or did she set herself up for this cosmic crash landing? Let us know in the comments below. Smash that like button if you enjoyed this deep dive. And don't forget to subscribe for more wild stories Hollywood would rather you never hear. Until next time, keep your feet on the ground, and maybe leave space exploration to the real astronauts.